Hey there, you're watching CITAM Church Online, and today we're talking about speaking up. This came to me after I came across a moving story. Something tragic happened about 16 years ago. Our national carrier was involved, Kenya Airways, in this. One of the planes was involved in a horrible plane crash and basically resulted in the loss of 114 lives. What's puzzling is that the plane was airborne for slightly under 2 minutes. And so there were all manner of investigations, and eventually they were able to get the black box and get to know what was going on in the cockpit. And friends, the thing is that the report revealed that one of the major factors that contributed to that plane crash is that someone in the cockpit failed to speak up. The first officer failed to speak up. Listen to what it says. 16 years ago, a flight outcome would have been very different had the first officer spoken up. The Kenya Airways aircraft, a Boeing 738-800, crashed into a swamp within a mangrove forest, killing all 114 people on board. There was a fallout in the cockpit whereby the captain and the first officer were not working as a team, and the first officer did not call out lapses in piloting. That was a major factor that led to the loss of 114 lives from all over the world: West Africa, East Africa, India, and different parts. 114 people lost their lives. When I think about scripture, I think about the sobering words of Mordecai to his first cousin, Esther. He says, listen to this, Esther chapter 4, verse 14. It says, "Who knows that if indeed you keep silent at this time, relief and deliverance will arise for the Jews from another place. Perhaps you have come to a royal position for such a time as this. Perhaps you are in the cockpit for such a time as this. Perhaps you're in the boardroom, in that seat of power or influence with that responsibility. Perhaps you have that seat for such a time as this, so that you may speak up for the voiceless minority, for those who are voiceless." And so where do you need to speak up? Parents need to speak up for their children. You know that at times house helps or those ones who are house managers assisting in the home space can go on the excessive. And because those little ones may not always raise their voices, what may happen is that they may be going through all manner of situations, and they need advocates. They need people who will be their voice and speak up for them. Where do you need to speak up? Where do you need to speak up in the workspace? Where do you need to speak up in the family space? For whom do you need to speak up? Failure to which there will be detrimental outcomes. I want to challenge you today to heed the words of Mordecai. Don't keep silent when you need to speak up. Be that whistleblower. Be that person whose voice will be the advocate, the voice of advocacy for those who are voiceless. Where do you need to speak up? That's my challenge to you. And may God bless you. May God redeem many lives as He did through Esther, as you and I speak up in Jesus'